Welcome back as we start Game 5 of a best of 7 series, Vanquish Gaming 2v2 Gold Tournament Finals, Inukshuq and Magus versus Costanza and Freedom. Lots of Zerg in this finals matchup, and it has not disappointed. We have seen lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of massing, especially roaches. Lots of roaches. Tons of roaches. We have taken it to the core, the magma core. One of the newer maps introduced in Season 4. I really like it. It's got this whole arena look to it. Really digging it. And we've got in the north position Inukshuq and Magus matching Zergs, and Freedom, their Zerg counterpart on the enemy team, and Costanza, the purple Protoss. And we have seen some very, very diverse play from Costanza and Freedom. They've taken a little bit of a break from their old strategy styles, and they have kind of formulated some new strategies. We even saw a Mothership in the last game successfully used to win the game, now putting us in an elimination threat for Inukshuq and Magus, as they are losing 3-1 to Costanza and Freedom. So we see some early scouting going out for Magus. This is a must-win game from them. They must find a way to answer these diverse strategies from Costanza and from Freedom. We've seen one basing, we've seen motherships, we've seen macro battles. I mean, we've seen a little bit of everything. They haven't done the same trick twice, so definitely keeping this Zerg team on their feet. And we see some nice worker play here as they just going after them, trying to really harass early on, and oh my goodness, Freedom taking it out. And ironically, Inukshuq being such a great drone microer for scouting, you know, losing a drone there. Kind of a little message being sent by these two saying, hey, we can work our probes too. You're not the only one with some skills. So we'll have to see how that plays out, though. Definitely a lot of back and forth on the early game play in all of these games, especially from Inukshuq. And we see Freedom putting down a pool and a gas, and a gas coming up for Inukshuq as he immediately starts mining that. And we see some more attacking going on here from the workers. Lots and lots and lots of attacking. Look at that, trying to save that worker. Oh, finally goes down. Costanza's probe sent packing. And will Magus lose that one worker? No, it looks like he can save it. No, and he goes back and he takes him out while he has minerals in hand. Very, very sneaky. And this is definitely the most drone play we've ever seen. It almost sounds like a fetish when you say it that way, but there's no other word for it. So 2 kills. Look at Freedom bragging about the drone kill. Is definitely very proud about that, especially since he's been a little terrorist. Oh, and now he says 1 kill. Sorry. So you know, definitely a little bit of a little friendly banter back and forth. I'm sure that he's thinking about that 7 pool in game 2 a little bit when he says that. You see Freedom still hanging out with a scout over here in Magus's base. A Roach Warren coming up. Looks like we're going to see dual Roach Warrens. That'll be a little different. Usually they've split the attacking forces. We've got Freedom going for an early expand into the gold. Very, very risky expand. Much safer ones down here or off to the side, but it looks like he's going to go for the macro. He went fairly unharassed last game, as really nobody did much harassing, outside of a little bit of Zerg attacks. But for the most part, it was fairly safe from an expansion point of view. And we see this one worker finally escaping there. Freedom keeping him alive. And you know, he will live to go brag about his 1 kill to all his drone buddies that never get to see any action unless it's desperation moves. And Costanza popping up a stalker there. That would be good for some overlord prevention there if he wants to walk it around the map a little bit. We do have Freedom resting his 1 drone over at the Zelnaga, maintaining a view on the center highway going through. Magma Core is a little unique in the sense that some of the expansions are off to the side as opposed to right down the middle like you've seen in some other maps. And there it is. The Black Hawk down strategy in place. Massive attack, basically coming from all roaches, a 1 base. And this is exactly what we saw them do in some of the lower bracket late games, round 2 and round 3 matches, where they basically just brute force their way through with some very, very strong 6-minute rushes. And that's exactly what we're going to see now. and we see them marching in. I don't think they've scouted this little wall of weeds here is kind of protecting the visibility on this, and they're just going to completely walk right past it and kind of march up here. And here we go. They are coming in for 3 stalkers only. That is not going to be enough. These spines are not up yet. Unfortunately, these spines will go down, and this could be the attack they were waiting for. This is definitely on their playstyle. Magus and Inukshuq have ridden this strategy to victory many times, and they're definitely catching him off guard. Warp gates are not complete yet, and they're finally done. They need to try and shut down those gateways though really quickly. There's only one pylon powering all these gateways. They're one pylon away from shutting down all unit production on Costanza's side, but they haven't gone over there yet. They're focusing on getting this, on getting revenge for that worker play, I guess. Because they're focusing on the Zerg player here, Freedom, just really taking him out. And you see Freedom with a couple of roaches of his own, and oh no, they're gonna need to get organized here and try to attack him. I don't see any more units trolling in from them, but they do have them massed up over here. They really need to send those in and put the high pressure on here. They've really caught them off guard with this early 6-minute attack. They're getting back to their roots. This is the kind of play that they won their lower bracket games with. You see Costanza shoring up a bunch of stalkers here. Those warp gates can be taken down with a single pylon attack. They need to focus on the stalker threat first, is obviously this is priority right now. And you see Costanza just kind of walking around, forcing the reprioritized targets. They do have enough roaches to kind of bully through this massive stalkers here. This is not looking good. He's going to the mineral line for defense. They need to try and, and the probes go into action, just like I said, in desperation moments, probes need to go into action. And meanwhile, you see some roaches have found Magus's high yield, his last bastion of safety. This is not looking good at all. Costanza has plenty of minerals saved up, but is losing a lot of economy right now. Just completely losing all this economy. These stalkers will definitely kick out the remaining roaches that are left. It looks like they will go down and he pops one more stalker, 2 more stalkers. That roach just got the Congressional Medal of Honor as he went down and took 2 stalkers with him at the last second. Meanwhile, at Freedom's base, Magus is just completely wrecking the place. A well played from Freedom. Very, very good sportsmanship on his part as he recognizes that he has been completely beaten by this attack. I mean, both bases go down with only 2 workers left, 1 mineral to his name. 301 minerals now. That's some nice generosity there. Very tax deductible from Costanza. And we see more roaches ready to finish what they started, inspired by that Congressional Medal of Honor given to that 1 roach. And they're going to go ahead and just run through all of those force fields, unfortunately, only picking out half of the roaches. Still lots and lots of stalkers running around, but not enough. And look at that one. Oh my goodness, that one drone has gone in there and decided to try and help out. And he will go down valiantly, but unfortunately just not enough right now, as they are just completely dominating the space. There's the GG from Costanza and Magus, as Inukshuq and Magus stay around for one more round, beating the odds, staying alive, and forcing a game, a next round. I mean, they are still losing 3-2. They're 1 away from tying this up. And stay tuned as we will go to Game 6.